try to read the list of Bilderberg attendees for the 2022 meeting that is now going on in Washington, D.C. I'll try to read the names of all the Americans. The names of a lot of the foreigners are absolutely unpronounceable to me. I'll pin the URL to this video, and you can look at it for yourself. Okay. First up from Deutschland, Paul Ochlichner. I can't pronounce that. The next one is from the USA, Delway Adjumo. That's the Deputy Secretary, Department of the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury, mind you. Next USA is Roger Altman, founder and senior chairman of Evercore Incorporated. The next one is Sam Altman of the USA. He's the CEO of OpenAI. Next is Ann Applebaum. She's a staff writer for The Atlantic. The next American is James Baker, Director, Office of Debt Assessment, Office of the Secretary of Defense. And he's been around a long time. He's a very big-time, powerful guy and everything. Okay, next American, Albert Bouria, Chairman and CEO of Pfizer Incorporated. Oh, he's a big dope pusher guy. And the next USA is William J. Burns, Director of the CIA. And the next American is Kurt Campbell, White House Coordinator for the Indo-Pacific NSC, probably the National Security Council, I'm not sure. The next USA is Tarun Chhabra, Senior Director for Technology and National Security of the National Security Council. What a name. TARUNCHHABRA. The next American is William C. Dudley, Senior Research Fellow, Princeton University. The next USA is Jen Easterly, Director, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure. Director, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. I never even heard of that. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. The next USA is Elizabeth Economy, Senior Advisor for China at the Department of Commerce. The next USA is Yahya Fanusi, Adjutant Senior Fellow, the Center for a New American Security. Oh boy, does that sound neocon. The next USA is going down the list. Mary Kay Henry, International President of the Service Employees International Union. Oh, a union CEO at a Bilderberg meeting. These guys must be total scum. International President, Service Employees International Union. Next USA is Melody Hobson, co-CEO and President of Ariel Investments, LLC. Next USA is Ben Hodges, Pershing Chair in Strategic Studies at the Center for European Policy Analysis, a think tanker. I've never heard of him before. Next USA, Reid Hoffman, co-founder, Inflection AI. He's a partner in Greylock, some kind of computer guy. Next up, Henry Kissinger, the climax lizard snake predator, blood-sucking, vicious bankster, who's been many things, including Secretary of State, Secretary of this, and Secretary of that. Okay, next USA, Michael Kaufman, Director of the Russian Studies Program at the Center for Naval Analysis. Next USA is Henry Kravis, co-chairman, KKR and Company Incorporated, And next is his wife, Marie Jose Kravis, who he drags along every year. Boy, he must be a real wuss. The other guy leaves their wives at home and screw all the hookers. Next USA is Yan LeCun. That's Y-A-N-N, and his last name is LeCun, Vice President and Chief AI Scientist at Facebook Incorporated. Oh, I wonder where he comes from. Sounds like out of Mongolia. And the next one, next USA is Michael Mullen, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Good God. They must be plotting a war. Former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Michael Mullen. The next one is Craig J. Mundy, the president of Mundy and Associates, LLC. And the next USA is David Petraeus, the guy who shot himself at M16, or somebody shot him at M16. And he's chairman of KKR Global Institute. It's funny that he's on this list because this guy has a really big mouth. I'm surprised somebody hasn't shot him yet. Who knows? Next USA is Gina M. Raimondo, the Secretary of Commerce. Next USA is Nadia Shadlow, Senior Fellow at the Hudson Institute. The Hudson Institute, they're really Dr. Strangelove types. They go through some really wild shit, man. Next USA is Eric E. Schmidt, former CEO and chairman of Google. Next USA is Kevin Scott, the CTO of Microsoft Corporation. Got to have Microsoft there. And the next USA, Kristen Sinema, a senator. Never heard of her, but it says she's a senator, USA senator, Kristen Sinema. He or she, I don't know. Next USA is Jake Sullivan, director of the National Security Council. Man, talk about all the spies. Next one is Ashley Tellis, Tata Chair for Strategic Affairs at the Carnegie Endowment. Oh, there's a prestigious think tank. The Tata Corporation must give them a lot of money because now they got a chair there named after their corporation. Next is Peter Thiel, President Thiel Capital, LLC. Yeah, he parades himself around as a libertarian. He's not. He's just a blood-sucking, vicious bankster cockroach, just like all the rest of them. He's no libertarian. And next up is Celeste Wallander of the USA, Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs. Wow, what a title. I think they're running out of titles. They got so many different combinations. Next is up, well, that's all the Americas. Now I'm going to go start at the top again, and I'm going to look at some of the prominent foreigners. See if I recognize any of their names. From Denmark, there's Ida Auken, that's IDA Auken, member of Parliament of the Social Democrat Party. And the next foreigner that looks interesting is Thomas Burl of France. He's the CEO of AXA, some corporation, I guess. Next up is another foreigner. Come on, show me a foreigner here. There's too many Americans. Next up is Chrystia Freeland from Canada, the Deputy Prime Minister. What's the matter with Trudeau office? Some fucking orgy or something? And Michael Gove from Great Britain, Secretary of State for Leveling Up. Secretary of State for Leveling Up. It must be he invents new ways for flogging jigaboo slaves or something. From the Netherlands, Victor Havelstraat, co-chair of Bilderberg meetings, professor of economics, Leiden University. This guy is always hanging around somewhere. He seems like a big shot handshaker and log roller and whatnot. He seems to know everybody in the world. Mary Kay Henry of the USA. Oh, yeah, I read her. International President, Service Employees International Union. She's a USA, not a foreigner. Okay. Oh, here's one from Great Britain. Shashank Joshi, Joshi, defense editor for The Economist. The Economist is about as bad as you could get. They're so plugged in, they're really not plugged in. They are at the top. Okay. Who's next? Mark Little, a Canadian, President and CEO of Suncor Energy Incorporated. Here's a funny name. Bernard Looney, Looney. He's the CEO of British Petroleum. Sanna Marin, Prime Minister of Finland. Yeah, they want to join NATO and turn their country into a wasteland. He'll be in London. Sanna Marin, Prime Minister of Finland, at the 2022 Bilderberg meeting. Skana Markarova, Ambassador of the Ukraine to the USA. Well, there's a Ukrainian there. How about that? Charles Michael, who is described as international, no nation given. He is the president of the European Council, whatever that is. And Bedos Minton, first name Zany, last name Minton Bedos, editor-in-chief of The Economy, of The Economist, the magazine over there in Great Britain. The Economist is so plugged in, they're not really plugged in, other people are plugged into them. Oh, here's one, the King of the Netherlands. It doesn't give his name, it just says King of the Netherlands, whoever the fuck that is. Oh, here we go. Dimitri Papalexopoulos, a Greek guy. I know I'm slaughtering the name, but I remember this guy because he's the chairman of the Titan Cement Group. Somehow, Greece must be the world capital of cement because this same bunch are always in here. Cement, maybe. You think the Italians would be, huh? Nope, it's the Greeks. And let's see. Mark Rutte, Prime Minister of the Netherlands. The Netherlands are completely plugged in. Next is Nuno Sebastião, the CEO of Fidazi, and he's from PRT, Portugal? PRT? Hey, Portugal got to send somebody. They must have been minding their manners. Maybe they agreed to clean all the tables after everybody left. And let's see, here's Brad Osla Sikorski from Poland. He's a member of the European Parliament. Dirty little paid-off American stooge. Konstanze Stelzmuller from Germany. He's the chair of the Brookings Institute. Brookings is very big and prestigious. They're been around forever, probably always will be. Andreas Trichel, AUT, that must be Austria, president and chairman of the Erste Foundation, ERSTE. That's like an acronym. Then there's Tom Tugendhat, I don't know how you pronounce it, Tugenhat from Great Britain, member of Parliament and the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the House of Commons. Another guy from Ukraine, Yuriy Vitrinko, and he's the CEO of the NAF gas. It must be some kind of gas corporation. Marcus Wallenberg, chair of the Scandinavian something or other bank. And last but not least, the last foreigner would be Afsin Yurkunranda something or other of the something or other news network. I can't even pronounce it. I don't even know where it is. From Turkey. No wonder I can't pronounce it. Okay, well, that's going to be it, but I don't know how to turn this thing on or off. Okay, that was just for fun. I'll see you later today. I'm going to read some stuff about Ukraine. I just want to get that Bilderberg list out.